Welcome to this lesson on the nothing type in Kotlin. Today we'll explore a special type that represents functions that never return to their caller. This is a powerful concept for exception handling and control flow. Nothing is a unique type in Kotlin that represents no value at all. It's used for expressions that never successfully complete their execution. When a function returns nothing, it means that function will never return control back to the code that called it. Think of it as a way to tell the compiler that this function will always exit abnormally. Let's look at a basic example. Here we have a function called fail that takes a string message parameter and returns nothing. Inside the function, we throw an illegal state exception with the provided message. This function never returns normally because it always throws an exception. The nothing return type explicitly declares this behavior to the compiler. There are 4 common scenarios where nothing is useful. First, functions that always throw exceptions, like validation helpers. Second, functions that terminate the program, such as exit routines. Third, functions that enter infinite loops and never complete. And fourth, error handling and validation utilities that ensure certain conditions are met or fail the operation. Here's a practical example showing how nothing works with the Elvis operator. The getUser function searches for a user by ID in the database. If the user is found, it's returned. But if it's not found and the result is null, the Elvis operator calls our fail function. Since fail returns nothing, the compiler understands that if fail is called, the function will never reach the end, so a user will always be returned from the successful path. Nothing has a special property in Kotlin's type system. It is a subtype of every other type. This means nothing can be used wherever any type is expected. This property allows the compiler to understand control flow in your code. When the compiler sees a function returning nothing, it knows that any code following that call is unreachable and will never execute. Let's see a real-world example with the requirePositive function. This function takes an integer value and returns an integer. It checks if the value is less than or equal to 0. If so, it calls the error function, which is a standard library function that returns nothing. If the check passes, the function returns the value. The compiler knows that if error is called, the return statement below will never be reached. Let's recap the key points. Nothing represents functions that never return normally to their caller. It's commonly used for throwing exceptions and program termination. Nothing helps the compiler understand control flow and identify unreachable code. And finally, nothing is a subtype of all types in Kotlin, making it compatible with any expected return type. Understanding nothing will help you write more expressive and type-safe exception handling code.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.